Hey people, salam, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well and in good health. Okay, some news coming in from the UK economy and business sector. So UK inflation has risen. Let's see what's going on because the cost of living crisis is still happening right now. So the inflation rate has gone to 3.6%. So basically, Bank of England will pick up the pace of interest rate cuts, according to Rachel Reeves. Little comfort in the latest inflation data. So the consumer price index increased at a higher than expected rate to 3.6% in June. That's the ONS revealed. Now, that remains in line with the Bank of England's expectation on the inflation over the summer, but the upward pressure is not just confined to the regulated prices, such as transport fares and utility bills, that policymakers knew actually were going to rise. So fuel, so people who drive cars, put fuel in, petrol and all that, are the main factor behind the upward shift in CPI from 3.4% in May, according to the ONS. Price of litre of petty is not rising. It fell by 0.5p between May and June, but it was plunging this time last year. Smaller monthly decline puts upward pressure on inflation. There were a number of other drivers as well, the driving factors of this, including a 7.9% jump in airfares between May and June. The ONS has said the price of a flight always trends to increase around summertime, start of summer in June, but this was the fastest such increase since 2018. Food prices have also gone up and continue to go up, rising at an annual rate of 4.5%. That's the fastest since February 2024. The honest size prices rises for several different kinds of food such as cake and cheddar cheese. Cost of furniture, household goods also made a contribution to inflation since the last 2 years or so. In other words, the jump of inflation does not seem to be a one-off quirk, but it's reflecting price pressure across various goods and services in Britain. The core rate, excluding volatile fuel, food, cigs, and booze, rose to 3.7% in June from 3.5% in May. So we can see some of that there in that chart. Now, given that the bank was predicting, that's the Bank of England, headline inflation would peak at 3.7%, this reading seems unlikely to blow an August rate cut, of course, with markets still putting probability of a reduction at the meeting at 83%. However, some of the members of the Monetary Policy Committee who would like to pick up the pace of cuts and struggle to win and convince others without more signs of weakness and higher levels of inflation. Ian Stewart, the chief economist at Deloitte, has said inflation is expected to fall back towards the end of the year, but in the meantime, the pressure on the Bank of England will keep interest rates higher for longer. Continued high inflation is unlikely due to much for consumers' mood, either underlying the sense that the cost of living crisis is not gone away. So the cost of living crisis is something that's hanging over people's head for the last several years, and it did reach double digits, only a few years ago. So the independent NPC member Catherine Mann suggested in an interview on Tuesday, sheer unpredictability of prices could be contributing to caution and spending, around spending. The prices of things have changed so much and are variable, so don't know exactly how much you're going to get you buy at the end of the month, as you told Business in Wales website. So people are trying to save a little bit for a rainy day fund, just in case of any issues. So some people are putting off going on holiday and buying big things in terms of trying to manage their finances better. So strong real wage growth in recent months might have helped something there. Reeves highlighted in a Mansion House speech earlier in the week, but households are unlikely to feel particularly upbeat, as I know it shows exactly how the price rises will go in the coming months. Okay, people, there you can see it. So the UK has had a big hit in terms of an increase in inflation, an increase in costs such as fuel and foods, and the cost of living within the UK economy right now. Okay, people, do drop us a comment. Let us know what you think about UK inflation, the UK economy and business. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out the links in the description. Consider joining the channel by clicking the join button and supporting us. Create more videos like this. Okay, people, catch you in the next one.